Good afternoon, good evening, good morning. Hi, everyone. And I just wanted to say a huge, huge warm welcome. I don't know where you're dialing in from, but we've got an amazing guest with us today. JL himself, all the way from Amazon. Hi. And we are super, super excited to bring him to you. So we're going to be catching up with him in a short while, but I just wanted to ask a few questions. So, guys, where are you dialing in from? Give us some love in the chat. Let us know where you're dialing in from. And what else would be really good to know is, oh, look, we're getting some news in the chat. Nigeria. Wow, guys, we are getting lots and lots of people coming through from the US, from Nigeria, from the UK. Wow. So cool. Keep that going in the chat. We can't see you, but you can see us, hopefully. So, oh, we've got someone from Nova Scotia. Wow. Welcome, welcome, welcome. From Florida, Tonya, hello. This is live. We are live. Poor JL is quite a few hours ahead of us in Singapore, so he's ready for his bed. Wow, we've got Claire in Swindon. Claire, maybe that's the living Claire that I know. Hello. And we've got a visitor from Seattle in Washington, Saudi Arabia. Wow. Okay, so we're getting lots of people join us, guys. Just a couple of minutes before we start, because obviously, just want to make sure everyone has the opportunity to join and listen. And let me know in the chat as well. Are you beginner sellers? Are you advanced? Are you selling just in your home country? Are you selling abroad? Let us know where you're at in your journey as well. Today, we're going to be starting off. I'm going to be giving a little bit of my background, and then I'm going to be handing over to GL, and JL is going to show us a little bit around what unique role that he does within Amazon and what Amazon really can do for you in your business when you're starting out. So then we're going to, if you stick around long enough, we've got also a very, very special offer that's only available to you that stick around to the end. So that is an amazing opportunity. Hi, Alex. Hi, Abba Ubaka. Oh my gosh, we've got some lovely names. Saranga, Ryan, Angela, Amanda, Claire. Wow. Yes. Yes, it is you, Claire. Hi. I thought it might be. Hello, hello, hello. Okay. So I think we can get going. It's been a couple of minutes. We're getting pretty busy. So let me start the slides. Oh, Iceland. Wow, 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 wow. Okay. So guys, with Amazon, as I always say to you, whether JL is here or not, the most important to think about in Amazon is the customer. Because if you can create an amazing product, and I don't just mean a kind of regular product. I mean, a superb product putting the customer at the main front of your business, of your thoughts. You are always going to win. Okay. Amazon is very transparent, and we have to make sure that that product, that brand that you're creating is absolutely extraordinary. We're going to be looking at the potential of Amazon's marketplace today and also goals for today's session. So, with that, if you're looking for a new opportunity, perhaps you're looking to build your own brand, your own products, maybe you want to find a way to earn more money, then stick around because you are in exactly the right place. Maybe you just want some consistent stream of income. No, it doesn't start at 10 a.m. It's starting right now, but it depends. It could be 10 a.m. for you. I'm not sure. For me, it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon. For JL is in Singapore, but it's right now. So stay put if you can. And this is all live. So what we're going to teach you about is first-hand basis requirements from Amazon, common mistakes made by sellers. Of course, we're going to go through Amazon's policies, and we're going to look at AI that helps us create standing out product listings and helps us crash the competitions. Now, we're not here to burn bridges with any of our competitors, but we do want to stand out. And also tips to creating a successful business. Now, here we're here today with AMZ Scout because, as a lot of you know, AMZ Scout is an amazing scouting tool. And it is really the foundation for my product selection and my students when I'm teaching, because we absolutely love the AMZ Scout. And especially now with our new AI feature, it really does give us that competitor advantage. So Yeah, we're just super, super thrilled. So that's what we're going to be taking you through a little bit today. And a little bit about me. So my product journey began in 2005. I used to be a professional dancer and I stumbled into cosmetics. My husband had a hair salon and a makeover studio we opened together. And from that, I started to make makeup. And my journey began with 5 products. And 13 years later, I sold my brand and I had over 200 SKUs. These are some photos of me in my brand. Um, and it became an award-winning brand. So this is really where my product journey began, and sort of 19 years later, I'm still making products. Sorry for the sunshine on my face here, but we do get a little bit of sunshine in the UK. It's just decided to come out in the middle of a webinar, which is nice. Um, so this is where my journey began, and I was lucky enough to take the brand internationally. It was a globally recognized brand, and I won lots and lots of awards. And I'm not telling you this to boast, but just to show you that I'm nothing special. I didn't have a business degree from Harvard. I certainly am not someone that works for Amazon like JL, but I got into Amazon almost by accident. And of course, selling in many different platforms as I do today, and TK Maxx, TJ Maxx, um, and other bricks and mortar stores too. So some of the techniques I'm going to be teaching today are going to take you through other options as well, not just about Amazon actually, because the research helps us with other parts of our business. So it can help us if you want to have a department store business, if you want to sell on your own website, because research, which is our core foundation, will help you on any platform that you are going to sell. So some of the figures that we are getting from our stores, we have an Amazon agency, so we also look after other people's brands. What does that mean? That means that people that have grown their products and they don't want to run the day-to-day business, hand them over to us and we run that for them. And another new brand up 103% on last year. This is just a little app you can get on your phone, and some more figures from successful products that we run on Amazon. So this tells you £1,542 in a day so far, 100 units sold. So again, Amazon has all of the eyeballs, and it's really up to us to put that product offering in front of them to the best of our ability, using those search terms, using the keywords, using all of the research tools, and making it an unforgettable product. And again, a few more stores, and then we get into talking a bit more about FBA. Well, look, what is Amazon FBA? For some of you, you might already be selling. I can see from the chat, some of you are beginner sellers, and there are a couple of people selling already. FBA means fulfilled by Amazon, and simply it means that you can make product in your own factory and ship the goods right into one of Amazon's fulfillment centers. And they allocate you an ASIN number and an FNSKU number, and basically, that's the way they identify the product. So when it comes in, they scan it, they store it, they pick it, they pack it, they ship it, and even do the customer service. And you also get Prime next day delivery. Sometimes in the UK, we even get the same day. So it's absolutely phenomenal. And people say to me, but you have to pay a price for FBA. It's 2 fees, a referral fee and the storage fee. But if you had to pay for your own stuff, it would be way more expensive. So actually, it's a bargain. And it's like having a proper, fully fledged business, and you don't even have to employ your own staff. So I think it's a fantastic opportunity. It's a hands off business model that you can actually continue doing your own work. So you can go to work full time still if you want to, earn money, and start your Amazon FBA business. And that's what a lot of my students do until their business is up and running. So 8 out of 10 of us here in the UK are using Amazon FBA. In actual fact, 8 out of 10 of us actually who have Prime start shopping within Prime, and we don't even go to anywhere else. So forget Google, forget anywhere else. We're straight into Amazon looking at what's on Prime. We know that 85% of young consumers now are also shopping at least one time a week on Amazon, and 2 million active sellers versus 9 million that are registered, but they're not actually selling. So with more and more consumers coming every single day to Amazon, it's really a phenomenal place for us to put our products. So it is really a great business model. Sit back, relax. If you want to ask questions, we will come to them at the end. If you stay till the end, I'm going to do a whole Q&A session. JL's got to leave us off to his because it will be nearly midnight. But if you have any questions for him as you go along that you really want him to answer, pop them in the Q&A, pop them in the chat, and we will do our best to try and answer them if they are relevant. Obviously, if they're not so relevant to what we're doing, sometimes it can put you off track. So we tend to keep to what we're doing. It is getting really busy. So again, if you have a question, please feel free to put it down. We will come to it at the end. We're not ignoring you. So without further ado, I am now going to be quiet. I know it's pretty impossible, but I am going to be quiet, and I am going to introduce you to our one and only JL from Amazon. Hi.
Hi.
Okay,
Hi, Kelly.
I'm
Hi,
going to just
everyone.
turn off my mic, JL, and hand over to you.
All right. Thank you. Thank you so much, Kelly. Thank you to the ANZ Scout team as well. Really happy to be here. Thanks for having me. Right. So fantastic, what Kelly shared along earlier on, all the successful stories, and I'm really happy to see seller, doing well in their online business. So my name is JL today, and I'm in the senior trainer actually in Amazon Global Selling Team. So I am in Singapore. So right now it's actually 11 minutes past 10 p.m. from the region I'm in. Right. So a brief introduction is that I support sellers who are residing in the Southeast Asia region to help them scale and bring their businesses online to Amazon, such as the Amazon North America store, etc. Right. So today I'll be sharing you some common, I would say, informations that might seem basic, but actually in my conversation with a lot of sellers, it might not be something that they know. So I'm just going to go ahead on how you can kickstart your cross-border business journey with Amazon. So a little bit of my background. So I've been with Amazon since 2020. And just a bit of a background. Furthermore, now before I joined Amazon, I've been in the media, advertising, and analytic industry, and as well as the rest you can read over there. Right. So one thing to know is that as of now, besides being an Amazon trainer, I'm actually also an Amazon seller as well on the Amazon platform. All right. So here's some background. I don't have too many fancy photos that I wish I would have taken more photos during my time selling on this website, but maybe in future, if I can explore into the retail side of things, I may have more photos to share. All right, so I started selling on Shopify in about more than 10 years ago. And also, if you see my background earlier on, I also sell applications. I was a software engineer before I actually got very interested and passionate about online selling. And then I go all into the other domestic platform, which I'm not sure anybody heard before, like Shopee, Lazada. And up to last year, I actually focused more on selling on Amazon. And like what Kelly mentioned, all the super benefits that helps sellers from overseas to leverage on FBA, that the sellers themselves can actually get the product within 1 to 2 days across the country, which is really fantastic. All right, so some important notice. I'll just leave it here for a few seconds. So this is mainly to share that, whatever I share here is really some recommendation that if you are to, want to make use of any of this recommendation, you might want to do your own due diligence to make sure that what is best for your businesses, etc., and consult the professionals in your area. All right. So let's just cover the basic, like what is exactly cross-border selling. Right, for some of the sellers in their country, they may not have a local Amazon, right? So in order to sell something to the overseas, we call it something like cross-border selling. And traditionally, it requires many different steps, like you can see over here, the export process. All right, so it's usually the offline centric, and you would have likely a harder control over the pricing, right? Because of the so many stakeholders across, there will be different margins that different stakeholder across will have to incur. That is not something that we as a seller can actually control in a more traditional aspect. And very often you don't get to interact with your end consumer, right? Right. So with the online centric model, like what I'm sharing here, it actually cut down a lot of the intermediaries. As a seller yourself, you can procure and even manufacture your own products if you have your own factories or if you know the supplier, etc. And then by leveraging Amazon as a way to list your products, you can actually put your product on sale and also get it shipped across to people across the globe. And for example, like people in Southeast Asia, like where I'm from, we can actually ship the products to an Amazon fulfillment center, and Amazon will be able to help it deliver to the customers. So you have more control, given that you have access to set the price that you want to. All right, and then you can bring your own brand on the website itself, and you get all the reviews regarding your products that you have access to make your product even better. So why selling in US or in general, why selling in Amazon? So just some stats that I got from, I believe it could apply to anywhere. So we do see there is a very huge growth in terms of the e-commerce. All right, so the data here is just showing the US e-commerce market, but I'm pretty sure if you go online and do a quick search, you can see that e-commerce in general are actually having a huge growth in the upcoming years. And you might be wonder who actually sells on Amazon. So when I ask this question, usually in my other session, most of them would think that they are usually the big brands that you know of, like the likes of Apple, etc. That actually sells on Amazon. Now, however, if you have been reading up, and there was a later news as well regarding who are actually the most of the sellers on Amazon, they are usually the small medium businesses. Right, so up to 2 million SMB or small medium businesses are actually selling on Amazon, which account for nearly 60% of the sales. So it's up in our official website. You can just do a quick search online. You should be able to find the news that was out on the website. So what it means is that anyone, maybe people like you and I, we can also start and actually sell on Amazon. It's not only just for the big brands. So over here, I'm sharing some of the good or rather very successful sellers that we have in Southeast Asia, in Singapore. All right. So this is a seller who actually sell green matcha tea, green tea from Singapore to the US. And this is another seller. You can still find their products on Amazon, right? Selling a home decor brand. Right, this is another of our big seller as well, called Petit Simon brand. Right, they're selling leather women bags and accessories. And they've been selling since 2021. And I'm not sure if anybody know about this. Handmade Heroes is the what we call the lip balms, all right, for the dry lips. So I can go on and on. There is actually a lot of successful case studies. I'm sure you can find a lot, and it's also available in our YouTube playlist. If you're interested, by all means, go and do a search on YouTube. You should be able to find all these case studies and useful seller, how they share their experience, and anyone, even like yourself, can actually start selling on Amazon. Okay, so I just want to share there are other things that you should consider if you are new to cross-border businesses. So these are the things such as do you need to have a trademark, or do you want to consider having your own brand and registering in the brand registry from Amazon? How are you going to ship your products to your customer? Do you intend to use the FBA that Amazon's have, or do you intend to ship with your own logistic partner? Another key consideration, which is actually very important, is the compliance portion. So depending on where you are selling to, you want to ensure that it meets the needs of the local customer as well as the local regulations. And yep, some other things that I've shared here as well, how you're going to receive the payment in different currency if you are dealing in another currency, and how you can continue to build your brand by leveraging some of the features such as the A+ content. So how do you start? Right. So I hope that you get to really start thinking, because by the fact that you sign up, you must be having a sense of like, okay, thinking that you want to start your business on Amazon. So what can you actually sell? We have a lot of different categories that you can actually sell on Amazon. Can range from health and beauty products to even day-to-day consumer electronic products. Right. So something you need to be aware on, there are some product which is considered a restricted product categories, right? Meaning that you might need to perform, or rather show Amazon that your product meets the regulatory requirement and supporting documents to be provided to Amazon before you can list those products. Right, so the cost to sell, this is also a very important thing to know before you embark on your online business. Right, there's a different plan. There's the individual plan as well as the professional selling plan. Right, so I'm going to go with the US as an example. The highest fee that you were to need to pay to Amazon to use the professional selling plan is $39.99 USD. So even if you have multiple stores, just for info, on the same account, you can actually create different stores. You can sell in North America, you can sell in Australia, Singapore, even other countries, so long you can see that in your selling account. And the most that you would ever need to pay is just $39.99 USD per month for the professional selling plan. All right, so if you think you are not ready, you want to start, on a slower or on a smaller scale, you can consider the individual selling plan. Now, however, if you use that, you're gonna incur a 99 cent USD for every per unit product that you sell. So if you think about it, if you sell at least about 40 products per, or rather you sell 40 unit per month, that would actually be as the same price as the professional selling plan. So you want to decide whether it makes sense for you to go with the individual or the professional selling plan. Right, the next one is the referral fee, or sometimes people call it the commission. Right, so the referral fee is what Amazon will charge for each item sold, right? Depending on what product category you are selling, there'll be a fee somewhere between 8% to 15%. Right, the other one will be the fulfillment fee. Right, this will be the fee that you will need to incur in order for your product to reach your customer, right? To ship it to your customer, right? So, like what Kelly mentioned, FBA is really a game changer. That could really help to elevate a lot of your fulfillment costs by not shipping yourself, by leveraging, Amazon Mass logistic network to ship it for you. So the other costs you definitely want to take note will be things like a potential long-term storage fee, and the other programs or other services that you will likely need to will be like doing your on Amazon advertising or even off Amazon advertising, so that at the very start, people knows about your brand, people knows about your product. So we do have a calculator. I'm not going to put the link here because you can easily search for the link to the calculator. You can search for FBA revenue calculator, and you don't need an Amazon selling account, and you can use the revenue calculator without an account, right? Just so you know, so you can use that to do your estimation on the products that you want to sell, and then get a sense of whether or not can you make money from the product that you intend to sell. All right, so this is just a more detailed breakdown, similar to what I mentioned earlier on. Over here, I would say that things you want to really think of is where most seller kind of forget is the operating costs, right? Things like advertising and even perhaps your packaging, your raw material procurement, etc. Those costs may not be apparent at the start. Well, that is something that what I see most seller encounter, when they get to the end, then they realize there's so many different costs that they did not factor in right at the start. So I'm just giving you an example here. So in fact, you can actually do it with your own Excel or Google Sheet. So at least that's how I started, to give myself a rough idea on, after factoring all these different costs, how much profit can I actually make out of it per item. And then I have to decide, does it make sense for me if I were to sell an X amount of the unit per month, right? So this is just to share with you, these are all the potential costs that could involve. And you can use this as an estimation to see whether or not, by selling at this certain pricing, does it still hit the so-called the revenue, or rather the profit that you intend to have, right? If not, then you might want to think of whether or not the pricing, is there any way you can increase, or is there any way you can find a better price product to sell on Amazon? Right, so I'm going to go through what are the logistic and fulfillment option. So I'm not sure any one of you saw this image before. So this is something new as well, or not so new, right? This is what we call the supply chain by Amazon. You can see it covers from end to end, right from the first mile logistic, where Amazon has the services to help you, get your product from your supplier, ship it to the warehouse, and then to the FBA fulfillment center, and finally to your customers. Right, so there are different solutions that Amazon have for sellers to actually, benefit and leverage from in order to get their product across to their customers. So today I will just focus on the most common one, which is usually the FBA. Right, so two options. You can have your product or your sales fulfilled by Amazon using FBA, or you can actually fulfill it yourself. Right. So in fact, for most of the seller I support over here in Southeast Asia, because we don't really reside in the country that we are selling into. In fact, almost 99% will opt for FBA, right? Because Amazon will be able to handle all the fulfillment for them, right? Without having to think about how they can actually ship the product themselves to the customer. So that is something that if you are, for example, residing in the UK or the US where there is a Amazon store there, right, you can also think about how you can do your own fulfillment in your own country. Right, so I think the benefits Kelly mentioned already, which is on point. So I'm not going to repeat the benefits. All right, so the other thing I want to touch upon is the product listing basics. And I would say it's a little bit peculiar for Amazon how the product listing works compared to the other website I use based on my personal experience. So I think it's something that most sellers should be aware of. And why is it important? As we all know, we are all shoppers on Amazon. All right, a listing is something that a customer will really see it before they even think about buying your product. So this is I would say, the first interaction that you'll likely have with your customers. So creating the good and attractive listing is really important. Right, but before you even go into create a listing, you want to make sure that your listing is created correctly, meaning that it's compliant to what Amazon needed. All right, in order for your listing to appear in all the searches, etc. Right. So in Amazon, when you list something, you would likely need to have what we call it's like a barcode. So we call it a GTIN, Global Trade Identity Number. All right. So it's a barcode that will be able to identify your product. Right. So depending, all right, on which type of seller you are, you may or may not need a barcode. Right. So for example, if you are doing reselling and you are actually selling a product that is already in the Amazon catalog, right? So when you create your listing, you will need to select an option, which is there's an option for you to match to an existing listing. All right, that means you will be a reseller for the particular product. Now, however, I just want to make sure that you're aware that being a reseller does require a formal like a approval from the brand that you're selling most of the time. Right. So you want to be very sure that you indeed have the authorization to sell before you actually start to sell it. Right. If not, you might have the issue of having your stock getting stuck somewhere because for some reason your listing is not considered authorized because the brand owner didn't actually give you the rights to sell it on Amazon. So that is something I want most resellers to be aware of. Right. So the other type is, you are having your own brand, right? You could maybe do private labeling, or you are actually selling your own product already elsewhere, and you have your own product, you have your own brand, you have your own trademark. All right. So these are the another group of seller that you will need to think of whether or not you need to get the product ID, which is the GTIN or the barcode. And also, a lot of sellers did not aware of this as well. The only GTIN, the only ID that Amazon accept has to be from GS1. All right. So GS1 is essentially a company that actually handles the global database of all the product IDs. All right. It could be like UPC, ISBN, EAN. All right. These are all what we call the global trade item number, GTIN. So we will definitely recommend all sellers to get your barcode, etc., from GS1 directly. Okay, because Amazon will do the validations, backend to make sure that the barcode actually belongs to you. And do not try to get it from like some other website, because we do hear cases where people are selling their barcode and you think that any barcode works, and then they spend an amount to get the barcode and realize that they cannot use it on Amazon. Right? That's because only GS1 barcode is a valid barcode that you can use on Amazon, and it has to be the right product registered to whatever you put in during the GS1 database. You'll be validated and checked on your listing. All right. Right. So if your brand, or rather you're selling something that indeed do not need a barcode, etc., you will need to get what we call the support letter from the brand owner or the manufacturer to prove that your product do not need a GTIN. Right. If it does require, and yet you do not have the product ID, then you need to have a letter, right, from the original, like the brand owner, to say that this is not required. Right, so I have a list here. It is may not be the most updated one, but the QR code here, you can actually scan it later to go to the Seller Central. All right, for those of you who already selling on Amazon, you would have access to the Seller Central, which is the selling platform. Right, over there, you can get the latest update on which product category requires product ID. Right, so if it says it requires product ID, on the second column, it means that during the product listing stage, you will have to provide the product ID. All right, and it has to be a valid product ID. Right, so if not, you won't be able to list the products. Right, so just to be clear, because a lot of seller actually, forgot about these steps. Right, so in summary, this is what I've been sharing. All right, so you want to check if you're selling in the restricted category, right? Before you want to think about selling, make sure that the product you're selling is something that need or do not need any approval. For example, if you're selling food-related product, all right, or anything that might need to be applied to the skin, very likely than not, you will need an approval from the FDA. Right, and for example, if you're selling things like baby wipes or things or product that can be used for children, you will need to get an approval from the CPC. So what you actually need to get, we have a compliance checker in Seller Central as well that will be able to guide you on where you can get all this approval and what do you need to provide to the relevant authority. right? So Amazon do not do this kind of approval. Amazon just gave you the information you need, to do your own outreach to those authority to get approval and submit it to Amazon. Right, the second one, which is what I mentioned, make sure that you know whether your product needs to have a barcode. If not, you can also seek an exemption. Certain product category does allows you to list without a barcode. So that is what we call a GTIN exemption. Right, once all that is done, it's time to really think about and prepare your listing, which I will go through as well later on. Oh, so how can Amazon help sellers like you? You can see over here, selling on Amazon, you do not have to think about your customer acquisition. So I'm pretty sure I don't need to, mention, and I think Kelly also mentioned before that a lot of customers are actually buying on Amazon on a day-to-day basis. So that is something that you can assure of, is that there will be customers on Amazon. You do not have to do your own acquisitions. All right. And then, day-to-day operations, Amazon have logistic options, even labeling options to actually help seller as well on how to fulfill the products to the customers directly. And there is a lot of brand building tools, more than 30, right, to help to protect and build and grow your brand. So these are all the features that you can get as a Amazon seller on the professional selling plan. So you can see a lot of the customers worldwide. You can reach your customer worldwide, and of course, the numbers are still growing. I'm pretty sure. As for my data, we do see we have 200 million over Prime members. So Prime members are those members who actually paid an annual subscriptions to actually get fast shipping, get early discount, get Prime videos, all the other benefits that comes with it, right? So you can be sure that people who actually pay the subscription will be more than likely to keep going back, to make their, money, to get the most out of their subscription. They'll definitely go back to actually enjoy all the benefits and privilege that they get as a Prime members. Right, so the store number, I believe, is also increasing. There is so many stores that you can sell into, not just the North America or Europe, right? There are other stores that you can also sell into by using the single Amazon selling account. So we also have a lot of features in the Seller Central, right, to help you do your product research. Right, so it comes with the professional selling plan. We have the Product Opportunity Explorer. Right, it's a tool that has all the Amazon data to help you do your product research based on Amazon's data. Right, we have the tool to help you manage your compliance requirement as well. Something that will tell you what other documents you need and where you can upload those documents. And we do have like what we call the brand registry that you can register, right, to get your trademark registered into brand registry, so you get all the protection that you have in case of any brand or product infringement. You can report, and your that listing who will infringe your product could be taken down by Amazon. All right, and then the listing and labeling, which I touched upon, there are services that help you do your labeling of your product, etc., on the fulfillment center. Again, also to share the day-to-day operations such as the logistic, right? The number is still growing. There are more than 400 plus fulfillment centers worldwide, and then up to more than 200 over countries that the products can be shipped to, right? So you can really take your product to the world and scale it, right, by leveraging fulfillment by Amazon. Right, last but not least, there is also what we call a service provider network right in Seller Central, where you can search for all the different other service provider, depend on what you need. Right, so there's a lot of services provided over here, like imaging, cataloging, advertising optimization, and so on and so forth. Right, so these are all the service provider that you can reach out to and have a chat with them to see what kind of services they provide that can help to scale your business. Oh, with that, I think that's all I want to share, and I hope that you will be inspired and also get on to start your business today. Thank you, everyone.
JL, thank you so much. Wow, guys, I'm sure if they could clap, they would be clapping right now. So thank you so much from London, UK to you, to Singapore. We really appreciate you being here. Thank you so much. And from AMZ Scout, thank you. Good night. And now you can go and get some rest.
Thank you, everyone.
We really
Hope to
appreciate your insights from Amazon himself. So we've heard it from the horse's mouth. So thank you so much and hope to catch up very soon. Thank you, JL.
thank you. Have a good day, everyone. Bye.
Bye-bye. For those of you guys sticking around, we're going to continue now, and I'm going to show you some of the most amazing things that I don't know if you know, but AMZ Scout has just launched an amazing AI tool. It's one of the first product research tools to come on the market, and it really, really gives us a competitive advantage. So I'm going to flip into some research, some live research in a second, and I'm going to show you exactly how to do that. So thank you again, JL. We've really enjoyed your information. Lots of information there to unpack. And of course, if you have any questions, I will answer them at the end of the session. It's going to be about another 20 minutes, and then we're going to get into Q&A. So stick around and let's jump in to some research. So is Amazon FBA for you guys? It is a long-term commitment. It is not a get-rich-quick scheme. So please, if you think this is get-rich-quick, you need to sign off now, because this is a not get-rich-quick, but it is a get-rich for sure if you do it correctly. It's about really taking your time, finding a product that works, building a brand. Success takes 3 to 6 months. Quick cash here is not the goal. You've got to show up, you've got to learn, you've got to experiment, and you've got to get quality and feedback. And this really drives the long-term growth. As I said before, the customer is key. The customer is king. And that is what you need to remember with Amazon. You will get found out if you create rubbish products, and you will not succeed. So this is the most important part. And coupled with the research that you can do to find that product is my main suggestion. So strategy wise, we build for the future, not just for today. And my final thought on JL and what we've been talking about so far is you need to embrace patience. People go to university and college for 3 years to study something new. People expect to learn Amazon in a few days. It's a whole business, and we work with Amazon every single day for our clients and on behalf of our clients, our private clients and students. And you do need patience, because every day can throw a different challenge. But if you stick with it and you are serious about building a business, Amazon will reward those people. And the people that get there first on the platforms, who have a great product, will be rewarded the most. So there are some categories that are oversaturated, but there are a hell of a lot that are not. So let's find your product. So we're going to go into some live product research. Now I'm going to rely on the team, the AMZ Scout team, to message me if you cannot see my screen, because sometimes with the bandwidth of everybody being on here, my system does crash. So I'm going to try not to do that today. So let's turn on the screen share, and away we go. I'm going to go into the US, and this is how you would see the US. So this is now showing you Amazon US Marketplace. And what I'm doing is I've just decided to search for a random product. If I was coming here to find a product, I could do a couple of things. I could go into the Amazon AMZ Scout database, and I could filter and find a product there. So it would give me loads of ideas. Or I could come, if I was curious about some products, maybe I had a hobby, an interest, a passion product, I'd come into the database of whatever country I wanted to sell on. So this is Amazon US, could be Amazon UK, and I would type in what I was looking for. So I've typed in travel milk warmer. And now, because I have got the full Amazon software, which I'm going to talk to you about today, because there is an amazing bundle deal coming up, um, I put it up here on my toolbar. So I literally can search for the product, and I'm going to touch the purple A, the black A with the purple underneath. And this is the new AI tool. And I'm going to bring up live sales. So now this is pulling directly from the database of Amazon. And it's showing me what's going on in this category for this keyword, travel milk warmer. Now, of course, when you're selling a product, you're going to have loads of keywords. But this is just one of the keywords, one of the top keywords that I've found for this product. And of course, I've only got a short amount of time, so I wanted to find a good product to show you guys. Now, As the data is already loading, you can see up here on the right-hand side, we've got a niche score of 8. 8, 9, or 10 is absolutely amazing. Anything above really 7 is, or 6 or 7 is really good. If it goes into the green, then you know it's really good. Visibility score means how visible it's been to other people. So this means a lot of people haven't seen this product. If I click the niche history, it's also going to give me an overview of the category, and I can download the CSV file. But here I know that this is going to be pretty good. And of course, if you roll your cursor over, you can also get to see inside. Why is this important, guys? Because if these sellers aren't making good sellers and there isn't demand for the product, we can also look on AMZ Scout database and see how many thousands of people are searching this keyword, travel milk warmer, and there'll be lots of other keywords as well. But just for today, because we don't have that much time, I'm going to show you. So this is the data it's pulled up. What I'm looking for really quickly, and which is exclusive to AMZ Scout, is this product score for PL. PL means private label, so people that are going to take a product, change it, and put their own brand on it. So a bit different to white label, its own label. And you are literally going to look here for a green score. Anything that's green here will be fantastic. So I'm really looking for 7, 8, 9 here at least. And again, what I can also see across here, so I can see the brand name, the rank, I can see what price it's selling for, how many units it's sold, and again, the LQS score, sorry, which is the listing quality score, when it was available from, and of course, how much money in the estimated revenue column this brand, this product is doing per month. That's right. So some of the brands are taking over £227,000 a month for one product. So pick your jaws up from the table. Let's look back across. So we've got the 9s running down in the PL score. We've also got this at the side here where we can favorite the product. So to give you an idea, I've just favorited some of the 9s. So we can go in with a new AI tool and look at the favorites. Now, again, this enables you to really look at your competitors really quickly, really easy. So I've favorited these, and it's now going to compare them for me. So first of all, it's going to put them into this chart, and now I'm going to do a product comparison, and I'm going to find out how the products compare. Okay, so literally, rather than me do this myself on a spreadsheet, it's automatically doing it for me. This cuts down your product research really, really a lot. And very quickly, you can start to see which product is ranking higher. So of course, you've got 7,818, you've got 385, you've got 552. You've also got the price, you've got the LQS, which is out of 100, and the date they launched. What's amazing with these guys is they're making loads of sales, and they've only just launched in the category in August. So these are the estimated revenues. And again, you can see the review count. The number of reviews is very low. The lower, the better to get into a category so that you can stand out. So again, the AI tool is great. That's just looking at this in a quick heartbeat. But again, you can see how amazing this tool is and how it can help your research. So you go into the Amazon of your choice, you then hit the AI tool, and you make sure that you've downloaded it to your toolbar, and then you can utilize it. And again, it's really, really fantastic. There's lots more things you can do. You can even do the Amazon keyword search. So again, you can copy this. You can even take the ASINs and the keywords from your competitor ASINs, and you can paste them in here. And you can actually look up all of the keywords that your competitors are using. So it's really, really incredible. But the AI tool just takes it that one step further. So, there's lots and lots of great features. But what I would say is this is one that is absolutely fantastic. This is just bringing up the estimated monthly search volume. So this is under 200. But of course, there's probably lots more keywords here that will be ranking, and we will rank for if we were to do this product. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen. I'm going to jump back to the live webinar. Let's see if we can come back. Yes, we can. And I am just going to continue. So I hope that you got to see my screen. I didn't see anybody saying that they couldn't, so I am just going to carry on. So we have two options for you. You can take what we've taught you, JL and myself, and spend hours trying to figure out the rest of the journey. Or what if I handed you my personal blueprint that I give to my students to make sure that you succeed on Amazon? Give me a one in the chat if you would like the blueprint to success on Amazon. Give me a one in the chat. Let's see how many people are serious about starting their Amazon business. Give me a one in the chat. Fantastic. Okay, so we've got a lot of people that really do want to get serious about their business on Amazon. This is one of my current clients in fitness, selling over 68,000, just selling 3,000 units, and a new brand launch that happened over 3K in 1 month. And again, January to January, over 25% increase. And this was the PPE deal that we set on Amazon, over 30K for this. And then new student results in April this year, over £6,000 on launch for the month. And again, £82,000 on Amazon. So I'm here to teach you to achieve the same results from anywhere in the world. All internationals are welcome. And remember, Amazon is the same process. So whether you're selling in the UK, the US, whether you're selling in the UAE or Germany, it's exactly the same. There are obviously some local things that we need to think about, maybe like the trademark that JL already said. But on the whole, everything is exactly the same. So why choose an automated Amazon business? Well, look, you can future-proof your income. We know that everything now is moving online, and it is a pretty inflation-proof business because you can have a predictable and consistent income stream with no previous experience or tech skills needed. No more wasting money on trial and error. And of course, you can have the freedom of time, the freedom of location, and the freedom of money. The three F's that we all want to achieve. And this is something that Amazon can give you with a built-in FBA system. It is really, really fantastic. So we're not trying to make ourselves busy fools. We're trying to make ourselves more and more productive. So the automated Amazon system that I teach, and this is my online course, is a pick, prep, promote, and progress. It's full Amazon FBA training, lots of videos, Zoom support, and that's once a month with my group. Tips and tricks every step of the way. And of course, you can study at home in the comfort of your own home, in between going to work, coming back. And what's really, really important is people say to me, well, how long does it take to learn to sell on Amazon? And I say to them, look, it depends how hungry you are. If you want to do an hour a week, it might take you 6 months. If you want to do an hour a day, it's probably going to take you 2 months. Okay. It really depends how much you want to do this, how much you want to change your life and get going in a new business. So normally for my online course and support, I charge over £2,000 to my students here in the UK. And of course, this is just for the online course. This is not my time. Okay. So I have some of my executive clients on a one-on-one for 6 months or a year, but this is just access to my 1 year of training, online training. Okay. But it gives you this is a picture of one of my classrooms. I keep them very small, but we go through everything from how do I find that winning product? And it's all on the training platform, but we go through it in monthly webinars together, picking product, how do we find the right product, the right packaging, all of that good stuff. And again, some of my students even sell in bricks and mortar stores like TJ Maxx as well. So again, this is super, super important. Hand holding all the way. So of course you have online support. And anybody who signs up today, you have one consultation with me face-to-face on Zoom for 45 minutes. In that way, I can help you define, have you got the right product to launch? Do you need more help? Is it the right thing? Just last week, I stopped someone from launching a product that was going to absolutely fail because they forgot to do some research in a particular area. So again, It's really, really invaluable. If it's not me, find yourself a mentor that can really help you so you don't lose money. So all of this together, this is the online Amazon system that I've created, access to our group monthly calls, and that one-on-one for 45 minutes with myself. This price is over $5,000. We've got a really amazing Black Friday deal, guys, so stick around because you won't believe it. And I'm going to show you also what we're going to put in here because we've got some brainers. We've got an exclusive product sourcing blueprint. We've also got some resources and tools to help you launch your product. Um, and these are tools that can really help you with also a selection review. So I will review that one product for you for everybody to make sure that you've done everything correctly. And of course, I'll sign an NDA. I'm really no problem about signing a non-disclosure, so that you have the trust that obviously I'm not going to talk to another student about your idea. Not a problem at all. And the value now is over $6,000. So we're not going to charge you that. As I've said before, we want to save you loads of money. We have a Black Friday deal and we have 10 spots open. But what I would request is if you look on my website, you will see that I've got lots of video testimonials and I'd love to add yours to it. So the deal that we're going to put up today for everybody that's here, we've got 10 spots, is for the online course, the monthly group course, and one call with me. You have 12 months of WhatsApp support as well. So if you get stuck on anything, everybody's product's different. And that's what you have to realize on Amazon. There's so many different products to choose from. It's really impossible to put it all in one course because there's millions of products. But all as I ask is a written or a video testimonial if you have the confidence. And with the deal, with the offer we've got today, you've even got AMZ Scout's tool set. So you've got the exclusive AI tool that I just showed you, plus all their other tools, the product tracker, the reverse ASIN lookup, the keyword search, the AI building, listing building, the stock statistics, like literally everything with it. And of course, I went inside Pro Extension AI. You can see how amazing it is, how quick it is to find product ideas, how it compares the competitors. It gives you their strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. It's really amazing. And of course, it's one of the only AI tools out there. So giving you everything from ranking to competitors to average price. And again, that's really my favorite. The favorites and the comparisons is super, super good. With the Pro AI as well, you can click through to suppliers straight away. You can vet the suppliers, and it just makes everything a lot more easy and accessible for you. The keyword search. It's really important when we find a product that it has the right keyword searches, the right demand, because if we're not getting the search demand, of course, there's no point in creating the product. We want to try and find a product where we've got loads and loads of people searching for the product. And if we can't marry that search up with a product, then really we have to start all over again. And that's super, super important. The AI listing builder helps us to get a unique listing for all of our products. And of course, if you want to check out AMZ Scout, I mean, I can use any tool that I want to, but I use them because I really just enjoy all of the tools that they have. You can check out their reviews for yourself, over 4.5 stars. And again, adding all the value together with all of the AI software and all the AMZ Scout package for the whole year. So the last bonuses we're going to give you for Black Friday are the 1,000 Amazon profitable product list and the 12 monthly trend report. So this is something that you can read through and really look at all of the trends that are happening, every product that's doing well right now. We tend to look at the US market as a whole because it is bigger. It is the number one Amazon market in the world. And of course, you have to have the right amount of money to invest in stock, which is from about $2,000 up to $5,000 as a minimum for your first stock in month 3 to month 4. Because of course, you have to learn first, depending on how fast you want to learn. So you also have 5 booming product ideas. So 5 ideas from AMZ Scouts, and of course, you have their ebooks and their hacks. and they're really, really cool. Some great reading there. And if you can imagine, you're getting my online Amazon course, you're getting that monthly group call, you're also getting a one-on-one with me for 45 minutes. And you get all the other things from AMZ Scout, the bundle, the booming products, the trend reports, you name it. So over $10,000 worth of value. Now, the Black Friday deal is here. If you guys are wanting to jump on board, please have your cameras ready because we only have 10 spots for the first 10 that come forward. So it's only $749 for everything you see today. And as I said, as it's Black Friday week, we have reduced it even further to $699. So you can split it into 4 payments if you are in the US. So all you need to do is scan to pay. That's 4 payments. So 699, divide that by 4. So that's 700 divided by 4. So that's about $174 something a month for 4 months. And you get to learn a whole new business. Just think in 2025, you could be selling a brand new product that will grow into a brand, and you can sell your brand or you can keep it and open in other marketplaces. So it really does give you a head start because I promise you, there's a lot of people waiting in the wings to start their Amazon business in 25. So why not get ahead right now? Jump on board for just 4 payments of $699. Of course, you can do the one-time payment if you're outside the USA. That is the way that we do that. Just a one-time payment. And of course, you've got the link there, amzscout.net/get/Kelly-deal. So if you are interested in moving forward with your Amazon business and you're serious about really, really jumping on board, then get involved. And I will really look forward to booking that consultation with you for 45 minutes and delving into what you want to achieve from your Amazon business. Maybe you've already started and you need some help, and this is the best way to do it. So 45 minutes with me, my online training course, which has 4 big modules. You get the group Zoom calls with my group in the beginner Amazon group every month, last Thursday of every month. And to top that off, all of the AMZ Scout bonuses. So you get all of the software, all of the AI, all of the trend reports, you name it. AMZ Scout have gone and put loads into this. So it's already really, really busy. If you want to join in, then please do. We are going to move to questions. So here we go. We're going to leave that up for now so you can see. I am an Amazon seller for more time, but until I am not found the best distributor and supplier. Okay, Fahid, so you're a reseller, I take it, arbitrage, you're doing reselling. I actually do private label, so that's not a question for me, but I'm sure JL will come back to you. It's all about finding the right product. Personally, I much prefer private label because you're in control of your own product and your own brand, and it's much easier because you control it. Reb, you missed the part about GTIN. Is this something I need to get from my manufacturer? No. So once you've got your brand, don't worry about the GTIN label right now, the barcode. First of all, you need to find what product you're going to sell. You need to sample it, make sure it's great, pick a brand name, do your registration of your trademark. When you want to buy your GTIN code, you go to gs1.org and you buy your barcode license. It's normally around £50 for a year. $50, and you get about 10 or 12 barcodes. That's what you use to create your listing, which then Amazon turn into an FNSKU label, which is a fulfillment network SKU, stock keeping unit. And you print those barcodes and pop those onto your products, which must cover the GTIN barcode. So actually, in essence, the GTIN is only needed right in the beginning when you are creating your listing. Yvette, you can do FBM as well as FBA, yes, and you can get this course if you are FBM because really the only difference is you're fulfilling by merchant as opposed to fulfilling by Amazon. So some of my students do FBM. Initially, they do it themselves. Sometimes they use a 3PL and they then switch over to Amazon eventually. So yeah, absolutely open for FBM, open for FBA, whichever way you want to do it. Are there any more questions, guys, in the chat? Get them in the chat. Let's go. And Claire, cannot wait to see you. I think I'm seeing you Monday. Yes, I think I'm seeing you Monday. Speak with Livy. We've organized it already. Thank you so much. See you then. Guys, anybody else that is ready, that wants to sign up to the online course, that wants to get this great value, then please take that QR code. Remember, you've got 4-time payments using Klarna if you are in the US. And yeah, so please let me see any more questions in the chat. Any more questions? Any more questions? AMZ, do we have any more questions in the chat, or are we good? Let me know. Let me know. Okay, so I think I've got one here. I got a question to say, how do you start to find a product on Amazon? Where do you start? Well, a good place to start is with a hobby or an interest or a passion. So you can start thinking about, products that you use every day, or products that you or your family or your kids or your mom or your dad use, or you use for your pets. Is it something that you could make better? Um, is it something that you find hard to find on Amazon, but you're buying from somewhere else? There's lots and lots of ways to start. And you can start, if you've got the AMZ Scout tool, you can start searching in the product database. You can also start just typing into Amazon and searching through the AI tool, like I showed you. So there's lots of different ways. There's also a way that you can look at the keyword searches to find out how much those names and those keywords are being searched every single month. So there's lots of ways to generate ideas, but normally a hobby or a passion is a great way to start. So that's what I would say, because um, if you can go from something, then when you get samples, you can really look to put your twist, your sort of yourself into it. So that's what I would say. Try to do something that you know about, because it's so much easier and it's nice doing something you really enjoy doing. Um, if you need to reactivate your account, Yudoki, if you've got a problem, if you can't actually get into your account, you need to email them. So yeah, that's what you need to do. I have an existing product just newly launched. I'm not sure if it's a product that sells fast. Can you make it happen for all kinds of products? Yvette, yes. I mean, it really depends. I mean, normally what I teach my students to do is not launch a product till they've done all the research and they buy their product knowing that it's going to be a success. So we don't normally do it the other way around, where we just launch something and then we try and sell it because we haven't done our research. But of course, you can better the sales with keywords and ads and better pictures and listings. But I tend to do the research first, because of course we have to work out if the margins are going to work, and if they're not, then we wouldn't launch it. Yes, let's have a look. Are there any recordings? I'm not sure there is, guys, because we only have 10 places. We're going to see how many go, and then if 10 haven't been taken, then we will. But I think we're already at about 7. So if you are thinking of joining us, guys, do get in quickly. After I've selected a product, you can also, you can also look on the Amazon website for compliance. You can also look on your local government website for compliance as well. So, tech is quite stringent in terms of, and if they've got rechargeable batteries like the UL, and then you've got CE for Europe, UKCA, and then other tech, you've got like ROHS. Cosmetics and skin, you've got to be on the EU portal and the GB portal if you're selling in Europe and the UK. You've got to have PIF files. So there's a whole host of stuff that you need, and that's why there are those areas on Amazon that do require the proper paperwork. So I think that's it, guys. I've got one more question. How much should I prepare to invest at the start after my training? Well, once you start the training with me, we have our one-on-one. We'll look at how much money that you think you want to spend in, say, month 3, month 4 on product. And then what the important thing to do is find the right product for the amount of money you want to invest. Because some people come and they're like, I want to earn $40,000, $50,000, and that's fine. But if they don't have like 10,000 or 15,000 to invest in stock, then they're not going to be doing those kind of numbers. So it's all relative to like what you want to earn. So what I would say, somewhere between $2,000 and $5,000 as an initial investment for stock is perfect. And of course, you can have 50% deposit, 30 to 50% deposit, and 4 weeks later, before shipment, you pay the rest. I'm a manufacturer into textiles. I'm planning to launch babies and maternity products, bed linen, leather, aiming for $1 million business. Well, Santosh, if you are already a manufacturer of textiles, there is no stopping you. All you need to do is learn how to find the demand and then get going. And I can definitely help you with that. So if you're already manufacturing, then absolutely, you need to just marry that up with demand, how you search, how you find the winning products, and then make them. And if you're your own manufacturer, that's where you're going to get ahead. So great idea, and definitely, definitely something you should be doing. I think that is it, guys. So I just wanted to say thank you. Thank you for joining us. My name is Kelly Coleman. We're here from London Live with AMZ Scout, and I will look forward to seeing you very soon. For those of you who have signed up, we will be in touch. My admin team will be in touch, and we will organize one-to-ones within the next 2 weeks. And I very much look forward to chatting to you and finding more about yourself and your business and how we can create a $1 million passive income business in 2025. All right. Have a great day. Take care. And I will see you all in the next one. Bye for now.